Good evening. I'm waiting to get on full shot. This is Defending Our Community with Mr. Kevin and myself, Sister Khadijah. Our topic for this afternoon would be, Mr. Kevin, what is the topic?
Why are you waiting?
Why are you waiting?
Correct.
Not why are you waiting?
Why are you waiting? We're not asking, we're telling.
Okay. Okay, that's with a question mark or explanation.
And welcome to the show, and happy Black History Month, which should be all year round for us black folk who get the shortest month for Black History. I chose this topic because we feel we have to wait until somebody have to tell us what to do with our lives. We have to go to a school to learn something, so say. And it's up to us to learn our own self how to do things like our parents and grandparents used to do. We don't have the self-esteem like they used to put in us. And now we done got so soft with every little thing we hear on TV about black faces, racism and all that. We done been through all that.
Mama.
We done been through all that. And the thing is, we got to stop allowing things like that to distract us from what we're supposed to be doing for the next generation. You know, we worry about blackface and racism and all this other stuff, and we got our orange face in office practicing hate, and nobody says nothing about it. You know, this is how great America has become, where we worry about a game, a football game. We got our governor writing a letter to the NFL behind a game, and not the president about his racism and hatred that he's preaching. You know, we as people supposed to come together no matter what color, people. Because we all are located on this earth as immigrant anyway. And if we start dividing more and more, that's the more they're going to take over us and have us fighting for them.
Yes, and this is a live segment. You can call us at 337-366-8951. This is a live segment. You can call us at 337-366-8951. I know you mentioned, Mr. Kevin, about the football game. As you can see, I'm wearing the shirt for on behalf of Kaepernick, and he's the young man, or should I say the powerful young warrior that decided to take a knee when it came down to police brutality, police killing, and just everything in general when it comes down to us. And he's been whiteballed by the NFL. He's been whiteballed by so many things that's going on, where he can't even bring an income. He don't even have an income. So I want to thank you for mentioning about the football game, even though we don't have, I don't know, do we have any black coaches, and what would be the sense in having black coaches if indeed you're not owning the team, if indeed you're just there just to be there. I have a couple of little house cleaning I need to do right quick, Mr. Kevin, if you don't mind. And that would be Saturday, February the 16th, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. at the Imani Temple, number 49, 201 East Willow Street, Lafayette, Louisiana. Brother Takuna Malana El Shabazz, he will be speaking, and what he's going to be talking about is Black Institution Building. That's going to be Saturday, February the 16th at 5:30 p.m. Also, we have Dr. Lisa Aubrey will be discussing her new book, and it's dealing with scholarly and personalized Africa diaspora, and that's going to be February the 22nd, 5 p.m. at 7 o'clock, 5 to 7 p.m. at the South Regional Library right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. And March the 9th is going to be the gala for the Black, the Black Gala is going, March the 9th, the gala at Immaculate Heart of Mary, which is at the Multipurpose Room. And that's we're gonna also have March the 17th, the Black Heritage Parade, which is here in Lafayette, and you must go ahead and start registering right now. You have to register for the Black Heritage Parade. On behalf,
to get in, or?
Say it again?
Register to get in?
Well, yeah, well, you have to pick up the registration form at Southern Consumers, 1006 Surrey Street.
So is it still free to enter?
Well, no, I don't think. I mean, you got to. It's still free to enter, but you have to pay in order to ride the float or show what you have to show. And
so people participating have to go and get a registered form, but they have to pay some money to be in a Black History Parade?
yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Kevin. As a matter of fact, you've been in a lot of parades yourself.
Yeah, but that's not Black history if you got to pay for it to be in a parade, because without the Black folks in the parade, there won't be a parade.
Well, and a lot of times you're not looking at the expense that it takes you to put on a parade like that. It's a huge parade, and we're just thankful that they're still allowing people to pick up the registration form. And you could call 337-232-9118, 337-232-9118, or you can also call 337-288-8888, 288-8888. And also, we also have some comedians that's here in Lafayette that's going to be performing. Marbuck, can you tell me about the comedians?
February the 15th, which is Friday. I want to hang on him.
Oh, don't be careful.
February the 15th, which is Friday, this Friday, we will be at the Brass Room live with the national touring comedian, Ciroc Fox, and feature and Study in Stanley, 1301 Surrey Street, Lafayette, Louisiana, 70501. Be there and come laugh at these vibes. 2 shows, one at 5:30 and one at 8:30. No, I lied. One at 5:30 and one at 8:15.
Okay.
Mwah.
All right. Oh, Lordy, Miss Clark.
Now, we back to Black History Month again. Now I'm going to be saying a pledge from this show on for all the shows. And I wrote down the Black History Pledge. And it goes for any color, but it's a Black History Pledge. Remember this.
Okay, you have a pledge.
And it starts off like, I will not pledge allegiance to a flag of this country, to a nation which does not stand for all, but I will fight for the rights and injustice for all. And this is not a nation of God, to which it stands. Now, you mentioned Kaepernick and all this. All this started behind a pledge. And to all the so-called Americans, if you listen to the pledge, it's supposed to be standing for justice for all, no color. You don't see color in it, justice for all. And because this young man started stating out the injustice and refused to put his hand up to a flag that does not agree with everybody's feeling and thought, they found him guilty as not being an American. And that's the thing we got to stop, letting people take our views and put their beliefs in our head to separate us. He has all the right to do what he pleased, and what he was doing was standing up for people who could not stand up for themselves. Now, we as people, we always think again that, we need somebody to tell us what we need to do. And we go back to that saying that we're not supposed to be waiting. So this topic is, why are you waiting? Stop waiting for somebody to tell you what you need to do. Stop, if you see something wrong, say it, no matter who it be. And that's how we come together, by staying on the right thing. And if you see something that's not right, say something. Stop worrying about what your people going to say or what your friends going to say, because if they don't respect your views, then they're not really your friend. And we got to stand up together and stop getting separated. This is how they win all the time. And we start with the white and black and all that. We all humans. It's one race. It's human race. It's not about the culture. We all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different things. But if we come together and try to understand each other, then we could be with each other and see justice for all.
Well, yes. I definitely agree with you, Mr. Kevin. As a matter of fact, I know that there's been different things that have been going on within the in society. There's different things that have been going on in society. A lot of controversy was about the the Grammy Awards. And with the Grammy Awards, they were like saying that it should have been like like when Jennifer Lopez, she did that spectacular performance, and Jennifer should have not been performing since Motown was predominantly all black, and it's the only way that people were able, black artists were able to do different things, was to like, okay, I'm gonna have to go ahead and invent something, because in that particular time, you couldn't go in the front door of anything. You couldn't do black folks couldn't do too much of anything. Still in the midst of like the Jim Crow law, and I don't have a dog in that fight.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Because what is Jennifer Lopez?
I just got through from saying I don't have a dog in that fight. And since you're telling me I do.
She's a person of color. And you see, this is where it started. You know, we worried about these little Grammy stuff about she shouldn't have been doing this for Motown. She's part of the color. She's noticed as an immigrant, somebody who's not from this country, so say. And why make a big statement? She was out there supporting us. Not just her color or our color. It's about us getting together and making them numbers big. See, simple things like the Grammy and all that, I mean, that has nothing to do with nobody's life. It's just a little old award that they present to certain people to make them feel like they're special. And I keep telling people we don't need awards and letterhead to make us feel like we're somebody. But if we keep on doing that, our kids, the one who think we got to be rich, we got to have big degrees and all that to be somebody, won't be nobody. Because not everybody was meant to be the same. So we start dividing with little simple things with the awards and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, we got the White House, the plantation house, separating us the most. And we worried about black faces, racism. We all came from there. That's still here. But until we all get together, it's going to keep on going on. But long as we're getting distracted with this little simple racism and black faces and all that, they're going to keep on doing what they have to do. But we got to stop letting those little bitty things like Jennifer Lopez doing something for Motown be a big issue. Like Drake was saying at the Grammys, that this award doesn't mean nothing if you're doing what you're supposed to do. And they cut him off because they didn't want the people to know the truth. But yet still we're going to stick on Jennifer Lopez like she did something wrong. No, she didn't.
Well, I know one thing, the one that we should have been complaining about was either the Offset, whatever he's called, Offset or Travis Scott. Is it Travis Scott or Offset? Or are they? Well, Travis Scott. That's what we should have been complaining about, because that was a really horrible performance. And as you can tell, this is a live segment. You could reach us at 337-366-8951, extension 2. 337-366-8951, extension 2.
And I want to give a shout out to the gay guys who went ahead and read their books to the library for the kids. And it goes to show you how, you know, people was protesting and against the gays and all that. And the thing that get me the most was the people who so say was godly in church, Christians so say, but yet still preaching hate. But meanwhile, you're protesting the gays for reading books to kids, but yet still you're not trying to find these priests in your parishes that was raping these children. I mean, reading a book to a child is no worse to me than a child getting raped by a priest. Yes, that is the lowest. And y'all not even trying to get together to find these priests, to give their names out, to get them away from y'all, get them some time, because they ruin a lot of these children's life. But y'all worried about these guys reading books to children. They didn't say the book was going to change your child gay. They didn't say none of the above. They want to read the book to express that the books they read helped them get through this life in this terrible world. You know, we watch people go crazy about Kavanaugh being sworn in for judge. And then all of a sudden, the Christians, the Christians want to fight for abortion. But then they'll go buy a ticket for a jailhouse scenery killing. You know, if I was young and being a woman, I would have my child aborted too from this country the way it is. Because back in the day, we used to have programs to help parents become parents. But now this government that's being run by these people, they're cutting all the funds loose where you can't even do nothing with the children. They don't want your child to be educated, so they cut everything out that's going to help them. And that's the problem we have today. We are so stuck on simple things like Grammys and Oscars and all this other stuff, And meanwhile, the world is tearing apart. But we focus on Travis Scott because he did a performance. All you had to do was turn the TV off if you didn't like the performance. If you didn't like the Grammys, all you had to do is not watch it. But we make it big issues by making scenery about, oh, this one didn't perform right. This one was a horrible, that's their lifestyle. But it must have meant something for the Grammys to get them to come there because they want to be represented. It's about money and revenues. They wanted the stars.
Well, yes, and if you're talking about what's going on, I mean, and that's part of what the segment is, defending our community. Well, you need to know what's going on, not just in your area, but all over the world. So if I decided that this is what I wanted to bring up, since it's been a hot topic with debates and everything, then I have that right to do that. And you or nobody else can tell me what it is that I want to discuss. And that's what's so good about having a constructive criticism is the fact that you have your way and other people have their way. Sometimes you feel that scholarly people is just a paper on the wall. No, it's not just a paper on the wall. People that have degrees, they went to school. They learned a certain discipline, and just because you don't have the desire to go any further, that's on you. But you can't continue to knock off on other people. Oh, they got their big degree, all this, all that, and stuff. It's a reason people went to school, so that we could learn much more better. And those that don't want to excel, don't want to learn anything else, that's on them. And like the title says.
Complain, right? Because all I'm saying is, do not complain if you're not going to do nothing about it. So that's what my point is. And everybody have the right to think about what they do and what somebody else do. But remember, you're not that person. The thing is, whether you do or you don't complain when somebody do. If I'm making a complaint about something and you making a complaint about something, I'm not knocking your complaint. I'm just giving you the other side of the complaint.
Right.
Because people don't understand that we can agree to disagree, and that's a lie. We either agree or we don't, because you see, to agree to disagree is a confusion. The thing is, we got to portray our youngsters how to get along with each other if the adults can't get along. We watching our politicians get on news and act like children. The Republican versus the Democrats. If this would have been a gang, the Crips against the what's the Blues? The Crips and the Red, that's all this is, picking a side.
Yeah.
So all we doing is dividing this country more and more. But the thing is, we the people got to stop the people that's taking our money and bringing it to their table and not giving us nothing at the table but confusion.
Right.
So that's what my point is about. It's not getting separated by dumb stuff. Mm-hmm. Whether the Grammys or Motown and all that, this is all billion-dollar industries. They don't care about the people. It's about the revenues. And they want to get the hottest new acts for everybody to watch because the commercials pay for everything. They're not giving nothing back to the poor, but they're showing the poor how to become ignorant with stupid thing and not the smart thing. Because now our own local news right now, not telling the truth. Because they're so afraid that another news company or they're going to lose their endorsement from the big old commercial people. And that's what it's all about, telling the truth. That's what they don't want us to know about. But then they get something under the table and then they change things. And that's what's happening to all our politicians, whether they're black or white. But we're not supposed to be relying on them to do the things we need to do. See, the government shutdown didn't hurt me at all. It hurt some of my family members, but yet it's still supposed to wake you up. Stop depending on somebody to do what you need to do. But when I start speaking like this, oh, everybody, not you. You're right, everybody, not me, because you don't think like me. But if you start to program yourself to think better and stop putting people in your picture, then you have your own picture. And that's what we're not teaching our youngsters. Stop relying and waiting on somebody to do something for you. We make complaints for them now, and the more complaints we give them, the more they want. Nobody want to hear the truth no more. This is what this world is becoming. We got to cover everything. Nobody can say nothing because he not right. Well, you do have the right to your opinion. But if you get the facts, your opinion's supposed to change. And that's what it's about. Facts over opinions. But nobody wants the truth no more. You know, when I talk about my black politician, I'm not voting for him because they this and that for the color and the money. People get mad at me. Yeah, but you got to support your people. No, I don't. Because if they're not supporting the people that they're working for, I don't have to agree with them.
Well, most politicians are like that.
But they make it an issue when I talk about the black politician. A politician is a politician no matter what color they are. I'm complaining about the people I voted for, and I got the right to do that because I voted for them. And I do cherish my vote.
Well, yes. I mean, we all have to cherish our vote. However, when you complain, like say we bringing up different topics or we talking about people in general, then we need to be able to be inclusive. It's not just one council person could do this or do that. There are a collective group of councilmen, and they work together. If it's five and 5 or 7, the majority rule.
But
so
they work together, but it's supposed to be working for the people.
For the people.
Not the council people, and that's what you're not understanding. If my district elected one person to get in there and fight for our district, it's not about him cahoosing with the rest of the council member to make their businesses grow for them and not the people. Because without the people, we don't have business. So if we allowing the people that's taking our tax dollars and getting a check off it to do whatever they want to do because they thought it was right, then we done lost out. And that's what people not understanding. We have the right to complain when we don't see you doing your job. Yes. We've been hearing wait all our life, all our parents' life, all our grandparents' life. Well, we getting older now. When the wait gonna stop? It stops with us. If we don't start complaining in numbers and getting straight and stop getting distracted with some of the simplest things, then we never gonna be right. Meanwhile, the politicians go on living their life and getting bonuses for controlling us. Every time there's a problem with the black, they send somebody black to talk to the black. And then the blacks they send really don't relate to the blacks.
No, they don't.
So I have the right to say that. If you're not doing your job, I'm not going to give you credit. No matter what color you are. Just so happen to be black. And that's the problem we're having today. We got to face the facts. We cannot be so tender where we can't understand nothing. If the man not doing his job, he's not doing his job. So it's not about other council members telling him what he needs to do in our district. It's about the people of that district telling the council member what we want. If you're going to share the money, we put you at that table to get a cut for us to come in our community. Not to give it all to them, and then what's left, they're going to tell you, okay, we're going to put another street light on your street. Mm-hmm. And then you agree with it and come tell us, oh, we're getting a light, but next year we're going to get a tree.
Yes.
That's not what we put you in there for.
Right.
So when I'm complaining, I'm not putting nobody down about what they're not doing. I'm telling you what they're not doing. So it's not me putting them down. They put themselves down. Imagine this person doing his job. You wouldn't have a complaint from me. Mm-hmm. Even the city police department of New Iberia, I'm giving them shots out because they're doing their job. Not the way they're supposed to, but they're doing their job. So I'm not going to knock them. I wouldn't for them. But being that Ackle wasn't doing his job, he made them look like they're some great cops. Because what they're doing, they're asking questions and talking to the people. And that's what somebody representing that district's supposed to do. Go see what your people want. Not what those people telling you they need.
Yes. That is absolutely correct. And this is a live segment. You could reach us at 337-366-8951. You have Mr. Kevin, who is the host of the show, and I'm Khadijah, the co-host of the show. So Kevin, when we're talking about the White House,
where's the plantation house now? Not the White House no more.
Okay.
Every slave camp had a plantation house.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
The Washington D.C. done turned into a plantation house, where the master, he got to have everything that he want, or everybody gonna pay for it. This is the thing that gets me with the educated white folk and black folks who don't see what this man is doing to this country because of revenues, money. You know, we'd rather build a $20 billion wall for nothing. But yet still we closing public hospitals and have no Medicare, no Medicaid. Everything is being cut out for the older people who done paid their shares. But we want to come up with $20 billion for a wall, not benefits for the poor and the old elderly people.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but the phone is working.
Yeah, go ahead. The phone working.
Okay, Carla, you have a question or a comment from Mr. Kevin or myself?
Good afternoon, Brother Kevin. Good afternoon, Sister Khadijah. Great shirt. Mr. Kevin, she got a nice T-shirt. I wonder, I could place an order on your show? No, we can't talk about money on the AOC. I forgot. But listen, seriously, Mr. Kevin, you brought up some interesting point. I said I was going to get it out of the way. I was trying to call in early. One of the things you talked about, how they got us, the media, uses and divide us and got us in the black community talking about R. Kelly, talking about Kamala Harris, not talking about any substance and stuff like that. When right now the mainstream media won't even discuss not just the Catholic Church, and I'm not defending the Catholic Church, but the Southern Baptists are involved in one of the largest sex trafficking scandals that they ever had. The Southern Baptists now.
Are you sure, Jay?
We don't know who are members
Positive.
of the Southern Baptist.
Positive.
We got a lot of politicians in Baton Rouge who are members of the Southern Baptist Convention and so forth, black and white. So this is the distraction that the mainstream media is not talking about. You don't have to believe me, people. Just go and Google it. It's some mainstream articles about the Southern Baptist Church involved in sex trafficking. And it didn't Channel 10 News led off with some type of news bulletin about some people engaging in sex trafficking. Well, Channel 10, do your job. Talk about the Southern Baptist people. But anyway, I want to also, Brother Kevin, and I'm going to try to keep it brief, the issue with Kamala Harris. And we're hearing that black folks are one-sided saying she's not black enough, she's obfuscating, she's going here and there, and other people saying she's well qualified. Well, my point is that we're going to discuss Kamala Harris, discuss her on the basis of what type of person she was as an elected official in California, district attorney in San Francisco, and state attorney general in California. She actually helped lock up more black folks. So I'll judge on that, not on whether or not she's black or too black or not black. And you see, when we fall into that category and just saying, well, Kamala Harris is black, and we go for it and we get disappointed to find out she's more right-wing than some of these other people. And that's the discussion I hope some of our brothers and sisters who are discussing that on social media. The other issue is we ought to have a celebration in New Iberia to lift up, if we're going to do Black History is 365, just like the other cultures do, is not to divide, is to celebrate those who try to help our community, Mr. Kevin. One is Queen Mother Moore in New Iberia, who comes from New Iberia. Yes. There's never been any significant move by individuals such, only Sister Khadijah brought things up in the past, and I knew you probably did. Nobody in the community of say it's a political background significant in the black community has brought up Queen Mother Moore and the work she's done and the things she preached about black folks doing for themselves, which you preach, Mr. Kevin. And also, we should also push the idea to change the street name of Shot Street to Miss Velma Paradise Street. That is a sister who tried to do and tried to help people, brother. So I want to bring those things up.
Well, look, Brother J.
And I'm sorry for taking up your time.
No, Brother J. You're always welcome. Yeah. Look, that meeting for Miss Velma Lee is going to be is the zoning and planning is going to be March 6th at 5:30.
Okay, March 6th.
So pass that on your Facebook page, and then the city council meeting is going to be March 12th.
Okay, so we have to attend both of them.
We have to attend.
And the thing is, we will bring it out on the radio show that we do, Mr. Kevin.
Okay.
And the point is to get the information out, because we're not getting the accurate information from those. Yeah. They want to make it look like one family against one family. Well, we need to just say the facts. The facts stand on the merit what Miss Paradise did, and you know what she did out there.
She started black businesses a lot.
Something positive. We could all agree on that, my brother.
And look, don't forget to pass it on, because I talked to the council member Marlon Lewis last week, And he was supposed to get back with me.
Okay.
And he never got back with me, but he found two more families.
There are a lot of people listening on Twitter, Periscope. We all over today.
Okay.
We got a new set up where we're streaming. And if Mr. Lewis is listening, he's invited to come on the radio show on KIE 88.3, the open line, if he want to come and talk about some things that he wants, some positive things. I'm pretty sure we could come to some agreement on some things, even though we disagree on some things, Sister Khadijah. Thank you so much.
All right.
Right. And so for Ms. Perridan, it's going to be March the 6th.
It's planning and zoning, March 6th at 5:30.
5:30.
Try to show up there, and then at March 12th
12.
at the city council meeting, because you got to go through the planning and zoning for it to get back on the council, so say.
You're right.
But what it is trying to see how many black folks support this. And like I tell people, we the people runs the council, not the council run the people.
Yeah, that's
because other council member can't tell one council member what his so-called voters need on that street.
Well, no.
You know, Ms. Valma Lee Street is the perfect name for that street, city, Oak Street or Mosée Jean. You know, some French stuff. You know, nobody French on that street.
No.
You know, and Ms. Valma Lee started a whole organization of Black Foundation for all kids, free, all this. So even if you didn't go to her daycare, you knew somebody that knew her.
Yeah.
Show up at the meeting. Show your support.
Yeah,
because Ms. Valma Lee is gone now, but yet still we want her name to be there forever. And that street would represent that.
Now, I don't have my calendar, Mr. Kevin, but you're saying March the 6th.
March the 6th is planning and zoning over there at their office, which the mayor gonna be there to hear our stories if we show up, in which we gonna show up.
Okay.
And then it's gonna hit back on the city council meeting. See, they gotta see what they wanna bring to the TV. Cause see, when they taping their little planning, their little council meeting, they go on live. So now when you call to go to ask something, they wanna hurry up and ask you what's gonna be your question so they can find a lie, not an answer, so they can find a lie. You know, and I tell people all the time, if we the people go to the meeting, why we gotta be on the board and have you answer our question 2 weeks before we get there?
Right, that don't make any sense. And also,
at all.
And also, Mr. Kevin, we should also have that a petition.
Matter of fact, I got petition at the shop.
Oh, you do?
Yes, Ms. Valma Lee done been going around. So far, we got like 10 pages of people that knew her and supporting Ms. Valma Lee Street. And like I tell everybody, the numbers gonna tell more than the council member, because all this here is about politics. And that's why they want to name the street some kind of French street, and then they lied about Shot Street used to be some kind of organized crime street where drugs and crime was. No, Ms. Valma Lee had a daycare center on Shot Street, took care of half the town. So if that was the case, if it was a murdering street, then half these kids wouldn't be out there today.
Well, yes.
And thanks to her tutoring, and, you know, and all this, you didn't have the children disrespectful like they are today, because we didn't have, we done lost a lady like Ms. Valma Lee out of this world. But we can still
keep her, you know, in the midst of things, just like with Janelle Shagwell. There's all kind of things that's going on behalf of Janelle.
And back to the pimps of the churches, you know, and people thinking that this is not true. I've been talking about this for the last 10 years, how these churches is a big story.
Yeah,
and they keep on running out of stories, so they tell you another lie. And then as you get older, you start to see. You know, I was a so-called Christian for almost 30 years till I woke up and realized God is dead and we are alive.
God is not dead. God is not dead.
Okay,
and I'm
you just said you had your own opinion, right?
Okay, but
let me share my opinion.
Well,
God is dead, but he lives through us.
Okay, God is not dead. God,
okay, to
God,
you, but didn't you just say earlier that you had your own opinion, right?
Okay.
My opinion is, and like I say, it is a fact. God is dead. And
God is not dead.
But you got to stop interrupting me because
well, then you need to go ahead and say what you said.
But you just said that you had the right to think what you wanted, right?
Okay.
Didn't you say I had the same?
Yes.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. You know, God is dead and
God
we are alive.
Dead.
So if we, the live people, can't do what the dead God hasn't done, you know, then nothing is going to be done.
You know, a lot of times we wake up and the first thing you do, you give credence to God or the goddesses.
You know, I give credence to my mom and dad for having sex that made me. Yeah, they did put me into the church and all that, and I tried to wait for him, but I mean, I turned 40 and he still hadn't came.
It's not the point that God hadn't came. God have kept
Yeah, he
you.
did come. He came inside of my heart and told me, look, you are alive. You're supposed to be preaching the word of me, not selling the word like these preachers doing.
Right.
Telling the word, not selling. So if we got to start paying for us a spot in heaven, then we already in hell. If we got to do that.
Nobody, I mean, there is a hell, there is a hell.
No, there isn't a hell. This is our hell in heaven. It's what you choose to do with this world.
Okay,
you
all
either
right,
choose to do good or you choose to do bad. But the Christian people call bad evil or good godly. So we got to stop lying to the next generation, because when you look in the mirror, do you see God or do you see yourself?
Yes, I see God in myself, and I know I do the work of God. God or Jesus wasn't they wasn't no punk. They were revolutionary warriors. They believed in their people.
And then they raped the Virgin Mary. She was supposed to be a virgin. So I mean, we got to stop with all these lies. So the thing is, wake up, everybody. If you're trying to do the godly thing, look around. If you see something being done wrong, say it. Don't wait till your pastor or your preacher who's been raping children all their life got to tell you what to do. And this is a wake up. And that's why our local media don't want to pass this on, because the priests are threatening them with, oh, God gonna punish you, you pass this out. No, if there was a God, he would tell you, put it out there that this priest raped that child.
There is a God, and we know that, particularly those of us who wake up every morning and say thank you, for waking us up. Thank you for keeping the family safe and everything. And sometimes
my family not safe.
Sometimes some of our family members are not all there, and we have to accept that. Just because he's not all there, don't mean that he's not right periodically with other different things. Now, Mr. Kevin, when we were talking about in New Iberia, they done a big celebration for the Blue Dog this, the Blue Dog that, opening up a big time park for Blue Dog and Blue Cats, whatever you want to call it. But for the Bunk Johnson, who was a renowned jazz person all over the world. They had the Bunk Johnson Park, which was a mediocre type park. They took and they just came up and just gravel everything.
But I blame the black people who allowed this.
How you could blame the black people that allowed this,
Because they could have put a
Kevin?
stop to this.
Okay, how?
Because we, the people, voted for this park.
Right.
And they passed the grant and got the money for the park. And then they realized they had to keep taking care of the park. So all the black businesses that was around there they should have went to the meeting to stop this. They took the cement, they took the tree. What the purpose of all that was for? Because it was so-called a drug scenery. No, it wasn't a drug scenery. It was where people went to rest their nerve and they know nothing wasn't gonna happen. And if you look all over, there is drugs. Don't label one area as drug infested, and then you go to the other area where they're using more drugs, but they're working.
Right.
As not being a drug area, because all that side of town come to this side of town.
That's right.
That's still drug related.
Right, and they're using it just because they're using the drugs inside their home. We decide we're going to go ahead and just smoke outside the home. We're automatically the target, no matter how you look at it.
But we allowed them to let us be the target.
Kevin, it's no way on earth that if we knew that they were going to destroy the Bunk Johnson Park like they did, that I'm more than sure people would come
Your friend Peggy
on.
Durack was one of the ones, the council member, who could have stopped that. Your friend Peggy Durack, she was a council member. She the one made complaints about all this laundering and all this hanging out for no reason.
Kevin, Miss Peggy would have saved it. I'm
gonna tell you right now, Miss Peggy, the one who put it on the map to get destroyed.
Oh Lord, Miss
So
Clark.
you don't, and that's what I be telling you. Don't judge those letterhead people with the big degrees and all of that that's trying to help the public. And that's what makes me mad with these so-called educated people, that they always got places that they put poor people. Oh, because I went to school, you can go. Well, okay, give them an opportunity to go and they can go. But because you're cutting all the programs for them to go, how can they go? So that's the point of me saying, why you waiting? Not why are you waiting. People are like, well, why are you saying why? That don't sound proper. Because I'm not asking, I'm telling, why are you waiting? And I'm labeled as somebody who makes trouble, somebody who don't see what they see. No, I don't see what y'all see because I'm not where y'all at.
Well, you know what, Mr. Kevin, I mean, they may have labeled you as that, and maybe that's so, but you're stirring up the pot so that
No, not stirring, informing people.
Well, okay, stirring,
rights.
informing, whatever you want to say.
Educated people would say stirring.
Okay, all right. So you're stirring up the pot. And that's nothing wrong with that because you're stirring it up for your community. A lot of times, people don't even want to come out. They'll tell you something, but they're telling you something not so that they could be on TV or anything. They're telling you something from the deep of their heart that I am scared. They are scared. So when you come out, you know, like you do come out, you know, really.
Well, I'm the one who should be scared because there's gunfire where I'm at. But I walk through all that, not being afraid.
Yes, you do.
So all I'm saying is I'm in the middle of this.
Yes.
But I'm not afraid.
Right.
Because when you believe in something, you walk through something.
And it's what's inside of you is like, you know, the God that watch over.
It's not God. It's about us being who we was born to be. Okay. See, I don't belong to no church. I don't belong to no group. I don't belong to no association.
You don't have no friends.
Well, if my friends don't see what I see, then you are not my friend.
Okay, I mean your wife is
and I have
friend.
the best friend.
Yeah,
but yet still, we got to stop putting ourselves in different categories of separating each other.
I hate to agree with you.
I know you hate to agree, but the truth, if you got, like I said, if the facts are there, stop going on with opinions and other people's belief. We got to start seeing it for what it is, not what we want it to be because that's our friends. That's why I have no friends, because if you're not seeing injustice and justice as not being the same, then something is wrong with you. Because my white friends, even them who think they are my white friends, when I tell you something, I don't expect you to be judgmental like, yeah, but it's not that. Yeah, but look at the big picture. When somebody black gets in trouble, look the difference between the judgment. And you're going to tell me it's not because of the color?
Yeah.
If you can't see that, then something is wrong with you. Like I said, if you're not part of the solution, you are the problem. This is what I always say. If we don't come together and keep our own self together, these people will keep separating us. That way they can do what they want to do. Yeah. Back in the day, black churches used to be black churches. Didn't matter what church you belonged to. It was about black people getting together to do something. Right. Now we done got separated because, oh, my church said your church not preaching the same thing we preaching, so you don't have a God. And if there was a God, he would come and let them all know we are all godly. Stop looking at me as the one to be godly. I was an example back in the day about somebody being good to other people. And the people who started selling my story of God started making me this high and powerful. And I was a normal person. But they made me into this big old mythical creature of being a superhero. You are the biggest hero. Not me. He would say that if he was a true God of no judgment. But yet still the same people who go to these churches and read the commandment, do not judge others, be the first one to judge. So how because you read the commandment of not judging, you become the judger? Okay. That's the thing we got to start doing, programming our own minds of what we see, not what people trying to put in us. Yes. You know, you never met God. But you would die to say he's alive.
Troy D, you can't tell. Kevin, you can't tell me I never met
God. What day this was? What day this was?
That is not the point.
Please, because I know if you would have met him, other people would have said, I saw him at your house. So we cannot stop lying about God. Nobody has met God. But they always wake up saying, I saw the light. Yeah, you saw the hospital light when you woke up from the coma you was in. And then you swear to God it was a door that you went through. No, that was the hospital door closing.
Yeah.
But your guarantee was God. We got to stop all that lying about these stories.
And you know what? And that's what keep a lot of us strong. It's the God that's inside of us. You know. And just like you know, when you're doing things that's the betterment for your community.
That's godly.
You are godly. And when you continue to do things like for March the 6th at 5:30 p.m. at the Planning and Zoning Committee meeting in New Iberia. We want people to show up.
Just go
we
there
need people to show up.
Yes.
There is a petition. If you hadn't signed your name yet, and myself.
But I prefer people over petition, because people that show up mean what they see and mean what they show.
Yeah, what I'm saying
you
is
can
that
sign a paper with these people, but they'll swear to God, well, these people we don't know them. Well, you're not supposed to know them because you don't come back in our area.
Right. But I'm just thinking that automatically.
Look, I want to give out a shout out to Miss Corinne Hawthorne. You probably don't even know about her, huh?
Oh, really, Troy D? I'm really, Bob?
You do?
Yes, I do.
What she do?
She's a singer.
Of what?
Of gospel, couillon.
And what she was nominated for. No, you could call me that. That's the godly person coming at you. So go ahead on what she was nominated for.
Oh, Lord.
See, you don't really know. This is a young girl from Abbeville that no churches that I've heard of, but one on the radio talked about it and gave her all kind of credentials. And her song was #1 for the longest.
Yes, it was.
And she didn't win the Grammy, but I forgot the white girl that won it for...
won it 2 times. But to me, Hawthorne, she should have gotten it.
No, she got it, because if I mention it, she got it. My wife is a big fan of hers, and that's the thing that people don't understand.
Right.
Because she didn't win the Grammy doesn't mean she's not a superstar.
That's right.
But we got to stop putting that you got to have a trophy, you got to have a letterhead to be somebody.
And then not only that, Mr. Kevin, but Brother Jay has videoed her ever since she was a little girl, and she's at KJCB when they had all of these bands that was there. She would come out, do her little thing at the Black Heritage Parade. That's right there from Abbeville, and she's kin to Brother Jay also.
Right, but we got to give these local artists, which I call her artist because she's really gifted. Some of those guys you be naming artists, that's not artists. But the thing that with her, she's an artist. She can take any song.
Oh, yes.
And bring your soul out of it.
Yes.
That's what I call an artist. Some of these artists you be bragging on, you shouldn't be doing that.
Okay,
but then you believe God is alive. So the thing that I'm saying is we as the people got to get together and make our own awards, like paying attention to the words that she's saying with us. It starts with us. And if we don't program ourselves to get up and do what we got to do and stop waiting on a phone call, oh, they're going to give you a job. Oh, they're going to give you. No, you can go out there and get you a job. Stop thinking you need to go to somebody to be somebody. You know, a long time ago when I came up, the neighborhood was your boss. They made everything possible. Because if you didn't know how to work, picking pepper, okra, all the stuff, baling hay, all that, mom and daddy made you go. It wasn't about it was too cold, it wasn't too hot.
And some of your siblings work harder than others. So
look at those who did all the hard work. How they end up? Better than the others who didn't, correct? Even with some of our family members, some of our parents didn't give them what they gave us. And look at the turnout. We thought they was hard on us, but they wasn't hard enough. Because if you get in this world, if you get in this world today, and don't have confidence, self-esteem, and high gratitude in yourself, you will not make it.
Right. And this is a live segment. You could reach us at 337-366-8951. And we're also streaming on the World Web. And just like the topic Mr. Kevin had, why you waiting, and not why are you waiting, because it's a direct statement, you know.
Direct statement. You don't need nobody to tell you what you need to be doing in your life, because we all got different lives.
Yes.
But if you want something, go get it. Stop waiting on somebody to tell you, man, wait. Go get it. That's the way you got to have this attitude. Stop worrying about what's going on in this world. Worry about where you stand in this world. And, you know, I want to thank my mom, my grandmother, my wife, and some of my family members who was examples of what I could be with my own self, thinking that I am somebody. And I'm not using Jesse Jackson's word that he used back in the day and didn't understand he was somebody, but he got sold out. I'm using the word because I know what I came from and what I can become if I stay who I am. It's not about me trying to make people like me, because I'm still not fully likable at my own self. But I like what I'm doing, and I like the things that I can see that other people try not to make me see. You know, like back again to the shout outs to the gay guys. Y'all stay doing what y'all have to do. Go read some more. Don't tell nobody what y'all gonna do. Just show up at a library and read. That's all y'all have to do.
I think they need to know, because of you know, they have like a strong protocol that you have to like sign in, and then they have to like have like the classes for the kids. So they do go through a little vetting process.
Nobody makes your kid do what they don't want to do. Okay. Now the thing is, some of these parents who covered their children, some of these children are gay. They refuse to see it. That's where the problem starts at right there. Because then you start talking about, and then you putting them down, then you got suicide risk.
Oh yeah.
You got all of this here that, you know, God said that, you know, and then that's another quote that all the people from the Bible. If God made it, then it should be godly, right? But then God said, how you can talk for a man you haven't saw? And then use that against somebody because you don't understand their gayness.
Well, you know, sometimes the good Lord,
when I meet him,
God, the goddesses, Buddha, Allah, sometimes they send messages, and like some people, through us, through human beings, and like
why
some
the message
people,
I'm giving you don't think it was from God?
And then some people who have a hard head, they just don't take message lightly. Sometimes you have to like knock them out, you know, and then he'll get the message. But we want to let you know that he has his very own opinion, and that's fine.
Facts, not opinion. Facts.
And that's fine and everything. And
because it's my life.
Have ours. Yes,
so
yes,
that's facts.
Right. So we're doing a bio about Mr. Kevin Broussard.
Well, no, I'm using my life to help somebody else's life who might be next to my shoe but can't walk in my shoe.
Okay.
But they can build their own parachute to walk besides me.
And I want to thank you for the things that I've physically seen that you have actually done in the community. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for being the bold man that you are. And even though some of us is not dealing with a full deck, I want to thank you for continuously being out there, because like we are needed in all aspects of life. And this is Black History Month, even though
Black History Year, not no month. Black History Year.
Yeah.
It's the month they give us on the calendar. When you wake up and you Black, it's history.
Okay. Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
We gotta see. That's again, we're getting separated with labels and titles and saying, when can we celebrate Black History? Oh, we're gonna give y'all February, the shortest month of the year. No, that's all year. You're supposed to celebrate that. When you wake up and you look at this, we programming ourselves that Black History Month is only in February. That's every time you wake up.
Right.
That's Black History Month.
No, some do that, you know.
I'm doing that. I mean, every time I wake up, it's Black History.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because I'm making history in another day.
Right. It will be history, but I'm saying some people, like for the schools, they want you to pick out that particular month. That's going to be the month that you're going to go and celebrate. But those of us, we know that every day.
Well, even our schools should pick up the program of having Black history, because you know you got these Black history cards. This over 300-something people that did something.
That's right.
That's enough for each go, because it's 365 days in a year.
Yes, you're right.
Each of these people should be talked about all this year long. Not just on Black History Month where you got to read 20 Black per week, because it's the shortest weeks in the month.
Right.
So if we don't start picking these up and sharing it with the other Blacks, then nobody going to do it. And we keep on waiting on them to say, well, look, we're going to put you on a Black History program. And stop waiting. This is what I'm saying when I say, why are you waiting? Stop waiting. Don't wait to them to call you and say, oh, Mr. Broussard, it's all right for you to go do that. No, I already done it.
Yes. And the information that's there, you have calendars, just like you was talking about the cards, you have cards. There's no reason for you to be naive or don't know what is happening, what's going on. And I want you to give this calendar to your wife.
But don't wait for the teachers to do what you can be doing at home.
You can't. Kevin, we only have less than 2 minutes. In closing, what you wanted to say?
I want to thank all the listeners and everybody that understand what I'm talking about, that don't think that I'm putting them down. I'm just saying that we as people of color, should get together and stop having this judgmental stuff because of what you done read or saw. And stop getting separated by some of the simplest things that they do to us. Blackface, racism, that's all gonna be there. We know that. We got to stop with all that. We got to stop all that confusion that they give to us.
Okay.
And let's get that orange face out of office and see how great America can be.
All right.
So if you're not part of the solution, you are the problem.
Yes.
So
Caller, you
Yes, ma'am.
you had a few seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Bobby. I'm over here visiting from New Orleans, but Mr. Kevin is 100% correct. Dealing the facts, not speculation. That's what my daddy always told me.
Bobby, your daddy might be kin to my daddy, Bobby, and I know you white, so it doesn't have a color. You understand?
No, Bobby.
That's right. Well, I'm white on the outside, but
Oh.
I'm 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Say,
All right.
Bobby, like I said, when you go
Kevin,
give blood,
sorry.
they don't ask you what color you is.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, all right.